Hello, once again. This is RoboJ. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay myself. I've had a busy couple of days. I am riding it through at audio engineering school. I'm graduating in 2 months, so we're just riding it out, just trying to get schoolwork done. And yeah, and I actually made a new video, a reaction video of all things. They just dropped the trailer for the new Dune movie, which I'm very excited about. I've been a long time fan of the books, and I'm really excited for that. So I thought I made a reaction video, and that went okay. I had some little technical problems after watching it again, but you know, you gotta learn one way, trial and error. But that is not why we're here. We are here for this stuff. We are continuing work on the OSC pilot touchscreen control surface application, which was developed by DJ musician Deadmau5, and he's been using it for his live performances, and he finally made this available for the public to purchase and download and try out. You can download a trial version, or you can buy the full version, which I think is $50, which is a steal. So if you have a touchscreen computer that can handle it, go for it. Like, grab this thing. It's amazing. And yeah, we're basically doing some multi-part video series here about setting up a really big template, which you can kind of see. I'm going to change it there. Like, this is just barely part of it, but you can see what it looks like here. And we're just taking this in bits and pieces. I'm just creating this template, mapping it to Ableton, and showing you how I did it. And originally this part of the video was going to be this stuff here, all this keyboard stuff here, but I actually broke some new ground the other day with this program, because when I've been trying to figure out something that's been frustrating me since I got OSC, and that is how to play clips on OSC, particularly on Ableton, playing these clips here. Oops, fix that. And I've been trying to figure out how to do that, and I was running into trouble right from the get-go, where I was trying to play some clips on OSC and it was not playing right. It actually, not only would it play, but it didn't stop playing, and I actually couldn't even stop Ableton. And I actually finally figured it out after just turning some things off and on. And so if you go here, I'm actually going to, let me switch out of this template because we're going back to the one we're working on here. And if you go to Ableton and you go to Preferences, you'll see that it has a link MIDI setup here, and you'll see your MIDI ports. And the problem was that I had the output on sync and remote on, which causes Ableton to literally start playing, which I think it will do when I turn this on. Let me see. Oh, it didn't do it. But I tried playing a clip on here, but it just, you know, it started playing, but it wouldn't stop. So I finally figured it out. And if you remember in the previous videos about communicating the MIDI between OSC Pilot and your DAW, you need to get this thing called loop MIDI, which allows you to have a loopback MIDI port. In this case, it's almost like a communicator between OSC and your DAW. And if you notice here in my settings, I have RJM OSC MIDI as the MIDI out device, and on my loop MIDI, that's the name of it here. And then in my Ableton setup, I have RJM OSC MIDI here. And originally I had these on the output sync and remote, which was causing all those problems, so I turned this off. So look at this here, and this is, if you want to play clips on OSC Pilot with your Ableton or DAW, this is how I believe this is how it should look. Where the sync and remote for the input is on, but not for the off. So there you go. So I originally thought of, you know, I was originally going to make this part of the video about this section, this middle keyboard section, but since I got this to work, why don't we make part 4 of this series about how to do that, how to set up a button on OSC Pilot to play a clip on Ableton. And I'll show you how to do it right now. Now, with this keyboard pad, if you notice here, I have the notes. See right there? But if you have your keyboard pad here, you'll notice that it's chromatic, and I have these sharps, like I have, or flats if you want to call them that, like D flat, E flat there. Same thing here with, here, let me go here. Oops, already messing it up. But I don't want this. I don't want these sharp and flat notes here. So I figured a trick of basically just taking a button and just putting it over the pad. If you notice, if I go here, it doesn't play the note. And I thought, why don't I try to map that to something? And I finally figured it out. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to map these little loops that I made. Here, I'll play these. I originally made these from MIDI, but I was dealing with some CPU problems. So this is just audio of those little pad loops that I made. And I wanted these to play on these right here. So here's how we're going to do that. MIDI channel 16 has been reserved for all this stuff here, these parameters. And we last left off on 12. Now, if you go to this button here, you'll see that I've mapped it, I've continued it. MIDI channel 16, CC 13. If you go to this button, CC 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There you go. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Ableton, and I'm going to go to the MIDI mapping screen, which is Control or Command M. Everything turns blue, or you can do this switch here. And I'm going to select the first clip called J1. I'm going to come over here to OSC. I'm going to get into performance mode. I'm just going to tap this button. If you notice here, it says now 16/12. Now remember this, that OSC does not acknowledge 0 as the CC starting point. So basically 1 here is 0, 1 on OSC is 0 on Ableton. So if you map something 16 to CC 1 on OSC, it'll appear at 16/0 on Ableton. So don't worry, it's still correct, even though the numbers are like 1 behind. So we're going to go to J2, click this one, go to J3, click that one, so on and so forth, just getting all these little buttons mapped to this. There we go. And if you go to your MIDI mappings list here, you'll see now that it says that it says right here, CC 12 through 18 is the jarable track with slots 1, 2. So you can literally map the slots to these buttons, which is pretty damn cool, I think. Let's test this out. Let's see. There we go. Here's the first one, second one, third one, fourth, good, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Gorgeous. Wonderful. And that's how you do it. That is literally how you do it on Ableton, mapping OSC buttons to Ableton Live. That is how you do it with the clips. This is very cool, especially if you're trying to do like a DJ performance setup and you have like clips of various loops and stuff that you want to play. So now you can map that to your OSC and do some cool stuff. You can even, so say if you have like the button set up here, let me grab these, and you can actually have all of these set up to different clips on Ableton. You can even like set this up to play clips of one track, play this one to play different ones, and from another track, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Okay, well, that does it for this part, actually. I wanted to show you guys just how to do this, and for the next part, we're going to tackle the big stuff. We're going to tackle the big one, which is the keyboard setup here. That one's probably going to take a while. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I've been on YouTube for what feels like forever, but just as like an audience member or spectator, and I've never really gotten around to creating my own content as much as, you know, one should on YouTube until recently. And I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. I will see you next time for this next obstacle that we're going to get through here. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you again soon. Bye.